but she has an opportunity to represent Nigeria at the world stage. So, all right, so this morning we will be talking about the movie industry with a spotlight on the Kaduna International Film Festival. And our guest today, Audu Israel Kashim, was born in Kaduna State, Nigeria, to the royal family of Mr. and Mrs. Peter Audu. Now, he is interested in performing and promoting arts, culture, and tourism, hence the birth of Kaduna International Film Festival in 2018, which was the first film festival in northern Nigeria. With the first film festival, he was able to do a lot for his people, the community, and the film industry. And he was also able to attract tourism investment to the state in 2023. He started the Maiden Northern Film Summit in partnership with Afristar Media, which was held in Kano State, Nigeria. Because of his good work and contributions to the film and creative industry, he was elected and inaugurated as the Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Film Festivals Association in February 2024. Now he joins us from our Abuja studio. Audu, thank you so much for coming at this time and for joining us to have this discussion this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so there seems to be a bit of a concern here. We see that the film industry in northern Nigeria, excuse me, in northern Nigeria seems not to be as big as what we have in the south. And so at the point they had to create a name for themselves or an identity for themselves called Kannywood. So what do you think of this dichotomy now? We have Nollywood here, we have Kannywood for the north, and it seems like the industry there isn't growing as it should.
I would say, you know, the industry is very dynamic. Globally, the film industry is well known as Nollywood. Even though we have different segments, we have those, aside even the Kannywood, we have those who will call themselves, like those in Igala, they will say Igala Wood, the Asaba Wood, the Yoruba Wood, and so on. So it's not peculiar to just the north, which is popularly known as Kannywood. Kannywood was carved out because it's different in terms of promoting their own norms, cultures, and values. And if you check most of the storylines that is in Kannywood, is somehow different from the popular English movies that we see around the world. And they have to carve out from the industry, but it is still part of Nollywood. And so far, with what is going on, though we have seen some lapses, some challenges in the industry. So what the industry really needs is the support and also now I would say the support from the federal, the state level, and the stakeholders. We the stakeholders have been doing our best, and we will continue to do so, because when you come and look at the challenges in the Kannywood industry, you will find out that only few have been on the spotlight. And for instance, the likes of Alenu Hun, who is now the MD of Nigerian Film Corporation, among few others, like Rahama Sadao. So we have noticed the challenges that the industry has faced. One, in Kannywood, we will say, is funding. Funding has been a challenge, and also lack of exposure. Lack of exposure has been a challenge because it now have to do with the issue of you know, going to learn and relearn. Only few of them have been able to go to school to learn, and sometimes communication has been a challenge for most of them. English is a challenge for some of them, some of the practitioners. So they are all comfortable speaking Hausa, and most of them hardly go, you know, to be on the spotlight because of these challenges. So the industry have come a long way, but with these challenges, so we are now coming to see how we can address them and see that the industry in the north is not, say, competing even with Nigerian practitioners, but globally. With the coming of the MD Nigerian Film Corporation, who is one of the northern film practitioners, Dr. Alenuhu, we have been working closely to do our best to see that we transform and change this narrative, to show that the world, we show the world that even film practitioners in the North have what it takes to do what they are supposed to do and to represent Nigeria globally.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer, sir. But stakeholders would argue that all the industries, all the film industries in Nigeria should maybe come together to, under maybe the body of Nollywood, and just grow the industry together from the ground up. I mean, we're already growing from the ground up, but there are different growth rates. Nollywood, the normal southern Nollywood, is a bit higher than Kannywood and Igala and the other woods in the film industry. What do you say about this?
Like what I usually say is we have one name that is globally known around the world, which is Nollywood. When you go outside the country now, or go to US or UK, people, they don't even know what is Kannywood. They don't know what is Igala. So globally, we should be seen as Nollywood. It is an umbrella body, an umbrella name for the film industry in Nigeria. But for the North, or for all the other woods that are coming together, that are coming to form, I will not say it's a lack of unity among us, but I will say is people want to be seen. They want their culture to be seen. They want, so they feel maybe sidelined, because we have worked closely with some practitioners from Kano State, a filmmaker who have once told me that they will make a film in Igala, and then when they send it to African Magic, they hardly sell it. African Magic hardly accept this film. They will tell you that if it's not Hausa, done in Hausa, they will not buy them. So this has been a challenge. So they feel that they are sidelined, and then they will now go to form their own wood to do what they need to do, to be seen out there. And that is why you also see that we begin to see some associations in the industry every day coming here and there. We have so many associations now in the industry, both in the North, South, West, and East. And what we need is for us to come together and form one umbrella body and, go ahead, to do what we need to do. When you look at the Hollywood, Bollywood, there are times that when they come, like the script writers, they will come together and go on strike because, their demands are not met. I've not seen in Nigeria where the industry have gone on strike because of the lack of unity among us. So, but still, I will say that it is not late. We can still come together, to achieve what we need to achieve as an industry.
All right, so let's now move our focus to the Kaduna International Film Festival, which is holding sometime this month. I read somewhere that the film is there are some films that will open and close the festival. For instance, Prince Daniel's Kaka will open the film screening at the festival, while Uzodimma Okpeche's Kamzi is the festival's closing film. What's the mindset behind these films, looking at the fact that it's for a lot of people, or it's supposed to be a film of Hausa or Northern nature that ought to open or close the festival?
And while you're answering that, I also want you to speak to the judging process. How are you selecting these movies? Okay,
to answer your question, let me answer the second one and then come to the first one asked. We have a board of jurors that come to sit on these movies. We received so many entries and very interesting movies this year. And we had the highest entry that came from Uganda, and then followed by Nigeria. We had over 30 countries that have participated in this year's festival. And the board of juries, which is headed by Dr. Victor Ohai, the president of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. And we have 3 filmmakers, jury from different countries, while others, 9 members, others from Nigeria. So they sat on these entries and came up with official selections, which was released earlier, and then the nominations thereafter. And so hopefully, at the closing ceremony, they have done a great job by releasing the the winners, which will be announced at the closing ceremony of the film festival. So we have criteria that we look at. The jury come up with the criteria, and then if the criteria are not met, the film might not be selected. And if they are not met for nominations, they might not be nominated. And then same goes for the winner. So to the question of why we chose Kaka to open the film and Kamsi to close the film. With all the entries and the nominees, we have checked the film that is best suited to be screened as the opening film. These are films that are outstanding. And also for the closing film. Kaka is a film that was done in the north. And Kaka is the director of that film. He's also from the north, Prince Daniel. And it's a great film that people need to watch out for. And most of the cast in that film are from the north. And it is also partly done in Hausa. So it is also good that it's going to be the opening film. And interestingly, the closing film is also good.
Okay, I think we're having some technical issues there. Of course, we're speaking with the convener of the Kaduna International Film Festival, Audu Israel, who's talking about, trying to answer the question we put to him about the film festival and the choice of films to start and end the festival. Audu, are you still there? Can you hear me?
Network is doing its thing this morning.
All right, Audu, can you hear me now? Yes. Good, we can hear you. Go on, go on.
You can go on.
Okay. So I was, So I was saying we had these challenges of entries from the Kannywood industry. But this year, interestingly, we have 4 to 5 entries that came from Kannywood, the Hausa film industry. And few of them have been selected and nominated. So, and then among them, we have Kaka as one of the best to open the film. So these are the challenges, and we're happy that there is improvement, that we are having entries now in the film festival. And we hope that most of these entries will also go internationally and globally to represent the country.
All right, so looking at the theme, cinema and cultural exchange, how is this film festival going to ensure that there's cross-cultural promotion of our movies and that of indigenous movies outside the country?
Okay, it is very interesting that we picked this theme for this year's festival, cinema and cultural exchange, because for the first time this year, recently on the 1st of August, the opening of Silverbird Cinema was done in Kaduna. So we are happy that we have a standard cinema now in Kaduna State. So it's a way of celebrating and telling people that we need to celebrate the promotion of cinema exhibition and tourism, because cinema attracts tourism to the audience and to our people, to the members of the public, you know. And for cultural exchange was picked because last year the theme was the globalization of film and its impacts on the world. Going to the impacts, now we are here. How do we now form this cultural exchange when we have those impacts on the world of our movies or our culture, our norms and values? And we have worked closely, for those who have followed the activities of the Kaduna Film Festival, we have worked closely with the foreign organizations, and both local and foreign diplomats, embassies and ambassadors who have assured us that they will work closely with the Kaduna Film Festival to ensure that we promote our rich culture, most especially in the north and the country at large. We have also worked closely with GIZ, which is an organization, German organization. We're looking at how we can export our films both in Africa and to Europe and Asia. And with the embassies, we're also working closely with some diplomats and foreign government to see that we showcase our rich culture. We are working closely also with the Mexican embassy, the Mexican government, the Indian government, among others, to see that we promote these films and to export them and also bring in some of these films. And you also agree that there are some films that are like the Indian films, the Bollywood. There are similarities with Bollywood and the northern films. So we are now working closely with the Indian government to see that we have some form of collaborations, partnerships, although that is already going on because we are featured, Raham Masada has featured in some Bollywood films, La Nuhu and the rest of them. So we are seeing how we can now strengthen this partnership with the Indian government.
Okay. So it's awesome that you have so many collaborations and stakeholders involved in this project. But I want to know, apart from the showcasing of movies, what other opportunities would be given to the participants that would be attending this film festival? And how important are film festivals in northern Nigeria, especially at a time when it's not very popular in that region?
Yes, like in the introduction of this program, the Kaduna Film Festival is the first international film festival in northern Nigeria. Yes, we started in 2018. It was very new. It was very challenging for us. When we started the festival, for those who were there, they will see that it wasn't easy for us. But we had to sustain the festival. This year we're celebrating the 7th edition. And with the coming of the Kaduna Film Festival, right now we have over 6-7 film festivals and counting in the north. We have 2 film festivals in Kano. You know, we have 1 in Kwara. So some are coming up. And it's interesting to note that the Kaduna Film Festival are paving the way, you know, for film festival circuits in Nigeria, most especially in the north. And so we have introduced so many things that will be coming up during this year's film festival. In collaboration with the European Union, we are going to be having some European Union impact section during the festival that is going to impact on the film practitioners. We are also working closely with other partners to see that we showcase our rich culture and also empower and support the film practitioners. And there are so many things that is going to be included in this year's film festival that will also be interesting to the audience and to the participant. And then so we are encouraging that they attend because it's going to impact on them. And that is what we've been doing and we will continue to do. And after the festival, there is also a platform where we follow up with our participants, most especially, you know, in the master classes, because the trainings are usually free for participants to attend. The only thing is for them to register. So the trainings are usually done by veterans in the industry and resource persons who are well skilled and have been there for years. And the likes of Zach Oji have been there. He'll be coming back this year to take a screen acting masterclass, among other veterans. And so we have partners who will be coming to the festival to ensure that it impacts on our youth, most especially those who really need them, the grassroots youth, and the film practitioners, not just in Kaduna, in the north. You know, we have 19 northern states in the country, but when it comes to the film industry, Kannywood, you only hear of Kano, you hear of Kaduna, and sometimes Jos. So we have most of them, these states that will be coming around the northern part of the country, and also in the south and international. We have Ugandan filmmakers who will be coming because, like I said earlier, we have them, you know, in their numbers. Almost all the nominations, we have Ugandans there. So there is a lot to impact in this year's film festival.
Yeah. All right, Audu Israel, thank you so much for talking to us. Of course, the festival will hold from August 27th to the 31st, 2024 in Kaduna State. Thank you very much for talking to us this morning on the film festival, and we hope to we'll know that you will have a successful festival. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, up next is sports with the sports team. Of course, they will give you some exciting stuff.